finally joins my stream, he can get on. Alright. I'm going to leave the call in a few seconds. Yes, I am. I'm going to be back soon. Because I have to train the food. I'm not trying to get distracted. Okay, and I'm streaming. That is a wrap. Okay, anyways. Turn off my PC. Grab my dongle. Put my dongle in my PlayStation. Wherever that USB hole is. Okay, there we go. Give me a second. You stay right there. Do you wanna type in the chat, or do you wanna actually talk? Because I will. Yeah. Okay. So do you want your voice to be heard or not? Okay. Good. Yeah. You don't? Okay. Got it. Let's see. Holy cookings. Hold on. Big keg make me what? Yo. Interesting. Anyways. Well, I guess he ain't joining, bruh. Damn. Thought he told me to let him know when I do a training. Nah, because if he was sleeping, he would be sleeping for like a couple hours by now. Hey. Yeah, no. Let me see where this stupid form is. Like training document. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so I could do phase 2 training, or we could just do normal training. So, like, I did a poll, right? Every person now has to do 3 phases total, before they become an actual sworn agent with U.S. Marshals. So basically how that works is it's just like Berkeley County, if you've ever seen it, where post, for example, post certified, that's something where you'll have like a gun on your chest if you get certified for it, which I'm currently phase 2 right now, or phase 3, I don't remember. That being said, basically how the system will run is it'll go by phase 1 being a normal recruit training, or no, application process. So like you apply and then you pass, become a recruit. Then phase 2 is going to be training, like in-game training, which is in this game that we're in right now. And then the last one will be in the exam, finally. But you don't have to take the exam. As long as you do good on this one, you're good. I bet you will do good. So do you want to do phase, or do you want to do the actual like training? Okay, got it. Either that or no, I don't even have. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say like It's like off. He's not even online. Alright, so throughout this training, I'll let you know right now, there are chances that you could get handpicked for SOG, which is, specialized SWAT division for USMS. You know the deal. Um, just give me a second. We're gonna wait like probably 2 minutes. If he doesn't join, then we're gonna start with the requirements and stuff. Make sure you're doing everything correctly before we start as well. While we wait, I do want you to check the announcements and see if you have everything correct for the requirements to attend. Yep. Okay, that's basically it. So now you have the gist of it. From what it looks like, you are all good with your hair. I mean, yeah, you're all good. There's not that much. Um, okay, hair's good. You're not wearing anything inappropriate, as I'd say. So that's, a plus. Damn game. Yeah, but we ain't doing that right now. We'll do the STS once we do the rules and shit of like the map and whatever. So like there's a pad area, if you remember what the pads are. There's an area like inside the breaching area, like where that room is. We're gonna go in there, go to the pads, and then I'll store it off with everything. Yeah, basically. You want us to start right now? It's up to you, bro. I don't think he's gonna join, so. Alright. Hello, I am Nick, the head of USMS, my fault. Um, training type shit, training for USMS. Okay, hold on. Can you hear me? Good? Okay, so, introduction. I'm Nick, head of USMS, right? You already know who I am. That's good. We're gonna be doing a normal training, as always. This is mandatory, by the way, so if you have anything you need to do, let me know. If we get to a certain point, which will be considered a checkpoint, if you get to that point, once I tell you you have gotten to that point, if you want to, you can get off and do that point later. Do you understand what I mean by that? Okay, good. All right. So, do we know what CQB is? CQC. Do we know what those are? CQC or CQB? Do you know what those two are? Okay. Battle. Close quarter battle. Yeah. That's fine. It's the same thing as CQB, but battle. Anyways. Moving on. PTS is active. speak if you're spoken to. So if I say a question, you say whatever. You could say yes, sir, yes, no, no, sir, anything. I don't care. As long as it's appropriate enough. If it's inappropriate, you have 3 strikes. Once you get striked, you have 2 more. And once you're at your 3rd strike, that will put you in dismissal, possibly disciplinary actions. Do you understand? All right. All right. So USMS. USMS is a federal branch within Department of Justice, which basically we hunt down fugitives, all of that stuff. Wanted people, we break down doors of wanted people, people with drugs, paraphernalia, which we can't do that role play because it's TOS. But we do handle those things. Tobacco, which is another drug, so we ain't doing that. Weapons, so like smuggling weapons, all of that stuff, okay? Uh, I'd like to say right now on the SOP, we're going to get to that soon, but there's a point where if nobody's online and you're the only person online and you're on USMS, not LEO, this applies only if no other officers are on duty. You can pull over people and actually conduct a 1011, which is a traffic stop. If there is a person speeding or anything, you can either call it in if you're undercover and you don't want to turn on your lights to show that you're, law enforcement. Or you can pull over the suspect and call for another unit. If you don't do that, then IA will be involved. Do you understand? All right. You understand what USMS is, the core values, all of that? All right. Justice, integrity, service. I want you to follow that motto because that's literally the motto of USMS. Um, you'll see that everywhere, basically. If you if you've seen like advertisements, they usually put that motto there. So yeah, that's our motto that we go by. Weapons. So you know what a taser, beanbag, shotgun, tear gas, smoke, a grenade, pepper spray, and baton is. You know where those fall under. Alright, so I'm gonna go off of like one at a time, and you tell me which category it goes under. Less lethal or lethal, okay? This is kind of a trick question, but I'll give you a hint. You can say maybe, or yes or no, which would be both. Less lethal and lethal, depending on what the tool is. Not saying that there is a lethal and unlethal tool, but, just have that in mind if you do choose one. Getting this wrong, you'll just lose a point to your score, basically. So, alright, well, what would be a taser? What do you think? No right or wrongs on this one. Non-lethal, okay. What about a beanbag shotgun? Okay, those are common. What about tear gas? That's a trick one. Okay, so yes, both. Tear gas can be used to get suspects out of an area, basically. Um, Disperse, crowd control, all of that. It could also be used as a deadly tool because it's literally tear gas. If you inhale tear gas, realistically, you probably get some sort of disease or something. Not like, not like those type of diseases, but it will get you, like, probably killed or hurt badly. Uh, right after that, you have smoke grenades. What do you think that is? Okay, that's good. Pepper spray. Um, I mean, maybe. I'm not too sure. Baton. What about a baton? What do you think? Okay. Part of that is right. It's both. It could be lethal and non-lethal, basically. If you've been in trainings, which I know you have, law enforcement trainings. I don't know if you remember, but batons, usually they talk about it in Kansas, like when you used to do training with me, where you walk up, you don't hit the baton, but you walk up to the person and you do this in front of the person. If you hit, then that's gonna like injure them badly. So like if they're fighting you, you could just yeah. It's a two tap, so basically end game it'd kill you in like two taps, basically. So if you want to actually use it effectively, you gotta like go in front of the person or whatever, and act like you're hitting their kneecaps or something by doing this, basically. Uh, that's the motion of it. All right, moving on. Service pistol, G17 or whatever. All right, good. Service rifle, good, good, good. All right, tools and equipment. This is another section, so you're not going to be saying which one's which. I'm just going to tell you what they are. Or you can tell me, actually. What do you think a battering ram is? I would assume you know this, but might as well. Okay. Who uses it? Who do you think? SWAT. Okay. U.S. Marshal, SWAT, all of those departments. That's correct. Breaching shotgun, obvious. Um, and Bearcat, that's going to be strictly prohibited, and the CISU GTP, strictly prohibited to SOG, as well as Air 1. You have to be SOG and Air 1 certified to be able to fly the helicopter. So, uh, yeah, that's basically it. Alright. Breaching tactics. Do you know your breaching tactics? Okay, so do you remember what manual breaching is at all from last training? No. Okay, manual breaching. Entry achieved through human force alone, kicking or ramming with the body. So that's, normal contact, such as in ready or not, you kick down the door. Same reference. Ballistic breaching. Using a controlled firearm discharge to disable locking mechanisms or hinges, such as using this beautiful machinery right here. Uh, Mechanical and hydraulic. What do you think this one is? It's obvious. Alright, so A, mechanical. Using physical force. It's not a question, I'm just, yeah. Uh, Using physical force or the doors, locks, or hinges. Using hydraulic pressure tools to force doors or frames apart. What do you think a key code entry is? That's another breach tactic. Key code entry. It's an obvious one. Key code entry. Okay, here. Basically, what that means is gaining access without damaging a property using authorized keys, codes, or manipulation. So, like, putting in a code to get inside of a property, kind of like things like that, so you don't destroy stuff. Hinge side breach, obvious by its name, defeating the door by attacking the hinge side instead of the lock side. in a window breach, creating entry through glass rather than doors, and soft breach, entry through unlocked or lightly secured access points. Weapon safety, or favorite, or my favorite at least. Treat every weapon as loaded. All firearms are handled as if they are loaded at all times. Muzzle discipline. The firearm's muzzle is kept pointed in a safe direction at all times. 3. Trigger finger discipline. Finger remains straight and off the trigger until a conscious decision to fire is made. 4. Positive target identification. USMS officers must clearly identify and assess a target before aiming or firing. 5. Weapon condition awareness. USMS officers must know the status of their firearm, whether it's loaded, unloaded, chambered, or safety is turned on. 6. Safe loading and unloading. Firearms are loaded and unloaded only in designated areas or under controlled conditions. Clearing procedures. Firearms are visually and physically inspected to confirm clear status when required. What did Bro just send me? Okay, hold on. Okay, bro, good. Yeah, give me a second. Alright. Do you remember what part we were on? I think it was weapon retention. Alright. 8. Weapon retention awareness. USMS officers must maintain control of their firearm at all times to prevent loss or takeaways, such as like a suspect takes your gun away from you, so you're defenseless. 9. Use of force policy compliance. Firearm handling and deployment must align with USMS use of force policy, if any. Alright. Proper apprehension. This is the next section. 1. Legal authority. Apprehend only when legally justified. Warrants, felonies, etc. Officer safety. Prioritize safety of officers and others. 3. Verbal commands. Use clear commands to gain compliance when possible. Only one person should be speaking at once when there's an operation going on. So, like, you can't just go, like, put your hands up, blah, 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 while another person's saying the same thing. Use only reasonable force based on resistance. Gun equals gun. Resisting equals taser or pepper spray. Could possibly lead to using a baton. We'll get to that a different time. Control and restraint. Secure the suspect to prevent escape or harm. 6. Weapon awareness. Remain alert for weapons at all times. And then last one, search for safety. Conduct a lawful safety search after control. We're not going to do evoc because we are not in a, game that has evoc. So we're going to skip over that one. We don't have scenarios either because Bryce's game is messed up, so we're not going to be able to use that. So that's the end of the training portion. In this part, we're going to go to the room for, that's fine. We'll do shooting range first, I guess. Yeah. Alright, pick a booth, okay. So your target you're at the third one, it's gonna be this one right here, I think. Yeah. I don't know why it's far apart, but anyways, you know the golden rule? Do you know what it is? Do you understand what the golden rule is? Alright, so, golden rule, basically, you don't pull out your gun and, you know, pew-pew the instructor if he's on the field. Also, if he's on the field at all, you should not be shooting, unless it's a moving, you know, scenario where, like, I do this and see if you hit me while you're shooting the suspect. And if you hit me, then, you know, that's a strike. You know everything that I've just said earlier about gun safety. Do you understand all of that? Okay, so I'm gonna say right now, PTS is disabled for now. We're gonna have, so it's gonna be, let's see, draw is gonna be, you know, drawing your gun. Reload is gonna be reloading. Fire is fire once. Fire at will is fire multiple times. Okay, we're gonna do two different weapons. We're gonna do your service pistol and then your rifle. Okay. And then one of those, I'm gonna do this basically. And if you hit me, you get a strike. Do you understand the concept of this? You're on the dirt or target. You may draw your weapon. Aim in, and you may fire. Good. Make sure you aim for center mass. Aim. Fire. Yeah. Yeah, fire. Okay, good. Alright. Keep it in that area. Definitely keep it in that area. Don't headshot them immediately unless they pose a threat to like a civilian, such as taking someone hostage, where you can only, here, I'll give you a little scenario, where like the dude is like this, and you're able to shoot his head because that's the only thing you can see from your point of view. So, the only time you shoot someone's head, that's fine. But yeah. Alright, fire at will. For your that's how you don't hit me. Damn. Oh, okay. Put your Glock away. Grab your rifle. Make sure it's reloaded and everything. And then put it back away once it's ready. Alright. So, same scenario. So, you may draw when you're ready. Alright, aim down sight. Yeah, it doesn't work, sadly. Fire. Alright, torso, good job. Fire. 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 You may fire. Alright, fire at will. Oh, hit me once. I'm doing good the whole time, but if I die, this is right. How do you use this? Okay. Medic, self, and then bandage, maybe? I don't know. I'm healing. I'm doing it myself, hold on. Tourniqueting and shit. Alright, I'm all good. Alright. That is just one strike. It's not that much. It's only because you hit me once. Other than that, you did good. Are you out of ammo? Okay, keep shooting. And I'll let you shoot for the rest of the remainder. So you can full auto it if you want. It's all up to you. Okay. You may reload both of your guns, put them down. We're gonna go to breaching room. The breach. Do our breaching tactics. Alright, we're gonna go to the pads real quick. You may STS on the right side. So to my right. To my right, not my left. Other side. Yep. Alright. Alright. We're gonna do breaching tactics. This is one of one, a scenario. So we're gonna hit like 2 buildings. You can pick whatever building you want to raid. Just make sure you don't look over the top because that's technically not allowed. Cheating or whatever. Don't worry about it though. But yeah. So you can pick whatever things you want to do, and I'll follow you. So. If you do pick a small one, then you're gonna have to do a big one right after. Yeah, because I don't want you to do 2 small ones. Alright. I'd say this is openable. I think so. So you would go on the other side. You're the one that's doing the training. And then I'd be the one that opens the door on this side. Let me figure out how I'm supposed to open this. Do you know how to open this? Okay, I got it. I got it. Yeah. Alright, be ready to shoot. Are you ready? If you see somebody, shoot them unless they're innocent. If they're green or whatever, I don't know if there's any greens in here. And you may begin. Oh, there you go. Alright, that's one room cleared. We can do this one in the middle. And if you want to do a third one, go ahead once we're done with this. Yeah, it's all good. It's already set. Alright, so we can't open or close it. It's locked. So basically in this scenario, if the door is locked, you'd kick it down. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, I got it. Alright, you ready? You're gonna have the gun, so be ready to shoot once you see a suspect. Yep. And you're probably dead by now. You wanna redo that? Alright. Yeah, reach him. And then doors. Okay, there we go. Alright, are you ready? reload and let me know when you're done. And also, people are dying in here, so you gotta be quick. You gotta whip around that bitch. Like and ready or not. Alright. And you got that door yourself? Can't tell. Okay. Oh, I see. Alright. Alright. You can continue. Just letting you know there's nobody in this hallway, but you don't know that realistically, so make sure you do proper wall clearance. Alright. Okay. So, I'll let you know, you did fuck up twice. Not gonna talk about it too much. We're not gonna continue to restart it, because, you know, you did phenomenal. But I'll tell you right now, jump up here real quick, tell you where you messed up. So usually when there's an actual, like, breach thing, usually you'd move, like, against a wall. I don't know if it's against this wall or this wall, but don't walk in the middle. Okay, hold on. Good, or okay. Alright, so I think it's this wall, but since the wall's like that, I'm pretty sure you're supposed to like move on the wall like this, just so you're not in front of the door, and then move to the door, open it, and then breach. Then after that, you see this doorway. Instead of breaching these two rooms, you went to this room first. Considering there was suspects right here, they could have easily escaped because you didn't care about them at first. So, yeah, that's all you messed up on. Other than that, you did good. Do you want to do one more breach, or are you good? Alright. I think that's basically it. I don't know if we have anything else. Yeah, I don't think so. Damn. Alright. STS on pads, mute your mic. Alright. Alright. Congrats, attendee. You have passed this full training. This training has lasted, like, let's see, at least maybe an hour-ish, if not a little more. You're officially a part of the Special Operations Group, which is tactical unit for, USMS. Don't mess it up. Follow SOP. You now have permission to drive Bearcat, SISU, and wear tactical uniform on USMS. Do you have any questions? Alright, that's about it. I just gotta give you your roles, and then you're good. And if you want to, you can get off. It's up to you. Alright, someday I might have to teach you how to fly the helicopter, though. Shit, we can try it right now. If you're free. I mean, we won't be able to, use guns or anything, but we can definitely fly the helicopter. So I'll let you know right now, it's only PC scripted. There's no console scripts. So make sure you're using your keyboard. Do you know the controls? Do you know the controls or no? Do you remember the controls at all? Okay, I'll tell you once we get in the game. I'll spawn my own helicopter so I can demonstrate as well. And you can try to keep up with me and follow me. Well, sadly he's not going to be able to do anything because none of the guns work, so... Yeah, they still don't work, bro. Alright, anyways. That's there because, whatever Bryce did. I accidentally fell asleep is what he said. Oh my gosh. Alright. That's your helicopter, so hop in it, and then I'm gonna grab my helicopter. Or actually, since I know how to fly, I'll move the helicopter first. And then it will still be your helicopter. So hop out. Alright, we're gonna move to the right side, and then I'm gonna spawn my helicopter. Look how straight I can land now. There we go. Alright, that's your helicopter. My helicopter's right here. Alright, so the only way you're gonna determine which helicopter is which is by this. So I'm gonna keep this on just so you know which one's yours. Yours is the one that doesn't have the lights on. You may be asking, how do you turn it on? That's L, which would be normal headlights. And then K would be your interior red lights. K. Then you have doors. J is door 2, but door doesn't open for some reason. I don't know what door 1 is. flares or N. So if you have to shoot flares for whatever reason, that's C is your gauges, like how high you're flying and stuff, what direction you're flying. Then you have B, which you can click buttons to hover, or course, which would be hover mode fully, so like you're not moving at all in the sky. H is also hover, so you can hover with H, not course, so it's not gonna keep your aircraft, still. It's still gonna move, even though it's not turning. C is to your gauges. So like if you want to see what direction you're flying and whatever. I don't even know if they work. Y is turn on your engine, and then driving is basically throttle up, throttle down, WS. It's just like PTFS if you ever played that before. Okay. Well, we learn things new every day then, I guess. Turn on your engine, and then throttle up to at least 50. Once you get to that, throttle up. That's basically you like normal control. So like how would you drive a normal car? How would you throttle up in a normal police car? Like go up at speed. Like go up in speed. What do you think you would have to do if it was a police car? You do it every time. Here, I'll tell you, accelerate. That's your hint. Acceleration. There you go. Make sure it's F. Oh, gosh. Try to do 60 then, because that's what I did earlier. I did like 66 or something. That's so good. Don't try to get in it. There you go. This is your helicopter. Alright, so make sure your cursor... Okay, hold on. Make sure your cursor is white with a blue circle on it. And make sure that cursor is above your propellers when you're taking off. Just so your nose goes up when you're accelerating. Once your nose goes up, like you have it above your... Yeah, you can check my live stream. Yeah. Keep it in this area. Once you have it like in this area, I'm gonna turn around so I'm not hitting your aircraft. And you're basically gonna throttle up like how I'm doing it. And then using the cursor, this is how you stop or slow down. But make sure you're using your throttle so you slow down properly. When you come to a land, you push up your nose like that. And you come close to landing. But make sure you're landing slowly, because that's how realistic it is. It's not like you're supposed to land hard. And then, yeah, that's how you land. You cannot turn off the engine, so once you turn it on, it's stuck on unless you hop out of the aircraft. Yeah, like I did in stream. Make sure you get to like 60, and then don't move once you get to 60. And you should be able to push off the ground. There you go. You have taken off successfully. Now, we're gonna do some exercises in air. So like slowing down and stuff. And then once we get done with that, you're gonna land, basically. So, try to get used to the commands. Make sure you throttle up so you're up in the sky. Throttle up to like 80 or 100 so you can go up. Once you get to that designated height, I'm above you. Once you get to that height, go to 50 and then you should not go down. I think 50. Right. Make sure you use your cursor. Go up. Use throttle. Because it's gonna put you down. Yeah, I don't know why it does that. Alright, so we're gonna land on that gray area. We're gonna land on the gray area. I guess so. Go to this gray area that I'm going towards. Follow me. We're gonna land on this. Make sure you use your throttle correctly and fly correctly. So like I told you earlier, make sure you throttle down and then push your nose up. So use your cursor and push your cursor all the way to the top of your screen until you can barely see it anymore. And once you get close to the ground, align your aircraft, and then you should be able to land, just like that. I just almost crash landed, but I recovered. But yeah, I want to see you get this. Oh shit. Careful, you're gonna crash. I'm in hover mode, so be careful. So you know what you can do? Go into hover mode. Don't use your cursor. Unless you have to turn. Go into hover mode and go into course first. So it puts your helicopter in stationary position. Like how I'm doing. Press B, and you should see 3 buttons pop up at the bottom of your left GUI. One says manual, which is what's turned on right now. Hover, and then course. Press H once you get straight. And then press course right below hover once you get above the ground. Once you get above the ground, try to stop moving, and then press H, because it's going to make you move. Just push up. Not like that, but look, if you look at my screen, I'll show you. I'll take off again. Yes, you got it. Yeah. So you're slowing yourself down by pushing your helicopter up. Once you hit the ground, you're going to push your things down. But try not to do it like that, because it's gonna crash. Like how I'm doing, you see me? Okay, press H, and then use your cursor and press course. Just so you can watch. Or you could just actually, land. You might have enough ground clearance. Make sure you push your helicopter up. Yeah, push your helicopter up a few times. Like, fully up. And it will slow down. That's how I slow mine down. Is I do this, I yank it like that. If you're looking at my screen. Okay. Now press A and D to make yourself go straight. If you're moving right. Yeah. Like you can press 1. Those are your left and right steering. Just like a car. So yeah. What? Alright, you're on course. So go above the platform before you do that, because you don't want to fucking or you above the platform. I think you are. All right, go out of course and do not turn on your cursor. Have it where like press right click once and you should see your white mouse appear. Okay, you see how your mouse is split? I mean, white mouse? Yes. Look at my screen. Look at my screen, I'll show you. Or left click, not right click, my fault. Alright, so normal mouse, right? So like how usually when you're in a computer it's white. Okay. Now you're gonna go to the bottom left, press H, and then press off of H. Do not left click, because it's gonna make you go forward and turn and shit. So, alright. Alright, so you see course is turned on, right? Press hover like I did. I'm at 50, basically. And then you're gonna wanna land like so, slowly. And you can use A and whatever to actually land. See? Yeah, it's not too hard. And then when you want to take off again, press left click, and then throttle up, basically. Now I actually got to teach you how to properly land, because that's not how that's not how other people land. I just taught you the easiest way. Left click, same button. So your thing shows up where you're able to control the helicopter, and then throttle up again with your mouse up, so you're able to pull up. Because if you don't have your mouse facing up when you're taking off, it's gonna put your nose down. There you go. Alright, push your nose up, and make sure you're pressing A and D to make yourself not move as much. Make sure it's aligned perfectly. Yeah, you gotta push your nose up when it moves forward. And then you should be good now. You can try and land. Just make sure your thing is properly on the ground. That's fine. Make sure you land a little slower. You landed like how they do in real life. Oh gosh. Did you just die? Holy shit. You might be a better pilot than I am. Holy. Oh, there you are. I see you. Yeah. So don't go under 50.